Hi, everyone. Welcome to this healing energy treatment. My name is Jim Lal-Tabak. Welcome all who are uh, attending either on the Zoom call or on Facebook Live. I don't know if it's going to work because the it's going like this, circle, circle, circle. But anyway, so I'm glad to be here. And those of you who haven't been here in a while or haven't come before, I just want to welcome you and let you know that just a little bit about my history. I was on a healing journey for many years, and but then and I felt very, when I was in my 20s, I felt like I wasn't aging at all, invincible. And so I was traveling overseas for a couple of years on like the proverbial dollar, $2 a day. And lo and behold, I found myself in India and I got deathly ill. I had a near death experience where I left my body. And I was told by an energy being that I had to come back to my body, and which I didn't really want to because it was riddled with pain and wasn't functioning. And, you know, I had no choice. I felt and I listened to what I was told to do. And this energy being gave me a gift of a glowing orb and said, take this back and share it. And so it took me a while to realize that over the years, but I've been doing energy work for the last, that happened in 1982. And I've been doing energy healing and yoga teaching and coaching for the last, oh, I don't know, 30 plus years. So I'm on the right path, I think. And tonight, I wanted to talk about those little tapes that are going on in our mind, sometimes in the subconscious. Um, there's a lot of neuroscience now that talks about it, and and one of the things that I've come to know is that, well, we can reprogram it. We can can change those tapes. Those tapes are something happened here. Those tapes are usually sort of embedded between ages 0 and 7, ages up to 7 years of age. And one thing that I've also learned is that in that time frame, we're in a brain state called theta. And theta is kind of a dream-like state, and it's when we can, we're highly impressionable and can be, those any kinds of experiences can be implanted, and we also then develop patterns from them. And and then I recently, in the last number of years, learned that right before or just after waking and just before going to sleep, we pass through theta as well. And so there is the opportunity to change the program in at those times. Now, there's one other time we can induce that, and that is after or right after meditation or coming out of meditation. So meditation might take you deeper below theta, and then as you start to come out, then it's a time that can program. Now, I had this experience the other day. I've started to really like the or I've experimenting with tapping, and tapping is a method of trying to get rid of old tapes, old programs, and instill new ones. And it has to do with tapping on these meridian lines. And so I'll just run through what they are. I think I tried to talk about it a couple weeks ago. But so the first is this, they call the karate chop uh, place, and you tap gently there. It's not hard, but that's the one where it helps release some of those old ones. And I want to talk about, before I go further, I want to talk about what happened. So, so I know this tapping, and I decided I was going to do it, and I did it right after. I always try to fit things in a schedule, right? And I did it right after I came out of my meditation. And so I did it, and I was doing these affirmations during the tapping. And then I went about my day, and I noticed the thoughts that were cycling through my mind were the ones that I had imprinted during, right after the meditation, and when I had tapped them in. And so I thought that was amazing. It was kind of like, when you have a song going on in your head that you can't get out of. Well, this is a song that I put in my own head, and saying, oh, I will take action, and I will learn from my actions, and it was just like kept going, and I didn't have to do anything, right? It was effortless. And so that is, to me, amazing. Amazing. I don't have to work hard at this. I just have to spend a few minutes in the right state of mind, and then I can change how my brain is processing, and um, keeping me either in a state that I don't want to be in, and I want to get out of that. And so that was really, really a cool thing for me. That was just so amazing. And so anyway, so I'll just really briefly go through these. So there's this, and you can look up EFT anywhere and find these. But there's this karate chop, and then you start the little bone on the inside of the eyebrow on the top, and you can do both. And then there's a little bone here, and you tap that lightly, not too hard. Under the eye, there's a little bone right here. Under the nose, below the mouth, on the inside of the collarbone, there's the main collarbone, and just slightly down from that. And then under the armpit, about a hand, 4 inches or so below, under the armpit. And the final one, which is kind of setting, really interesting to me, is top of the head, right in the middle. Now, it just so happens in Indian medicine and Marma, these are memory slots, memory points, and they're very specific in their locations. But tapping there grounds it all. It like really lays it into the physiology and the memory of the whole mind body system. So that to me is, it reinforces what this tapping is. It's not just some kind of invalid system. It's founded in ancient tradition. So that is really amazing for me. So I want what I'm going to suggest is that I want to take you into a very relaxed state. So maybe, hopefully, we can hit, and I'm just going to clear us for getting into theta. So I want you to just breathe and feel grounded. Notice your feet, your seat, or wherever you're resting. We'll go through the senses, just breathing nice and easy, noticing the light that comes both from outside and keeping the eyes closed, inner light that the body creates from the optic nerve. Notice your sense of touch, the air on your skin, your clothing. All along, continue soft, easy breath. And then coming to feeling the air entering your sinuses, being aware of this is a factory or sense of smell. You may not smell anything specific, but just being aware that of your sinuses, and then your taste. So notice your tongue. So we're enlisting all our senses to support us. Next, sound. Listening outside. Any sounds in the distance, drawing it closer in, listening for the sound in your body, in your ears, perhaps the sound of your heart. The slower we get, the more information we have in the present moment. And then notice your thoughts. Any sensations that come up in the body. When you slow down enough, you might feel them. Just let them pass in to your awareness and out of. I'll clear some of those as we go. I want you to be able to really relax and release, soften, get quiet. Becoming aware of your feelings, perhaps memories. Clear some of those memories and future concerns. And then let all those go as you get quieter, more relaxed. If anyone wants to lie down, if you can do that. You don't have to. You can just stay as comfortable and at ease as possible. We'll make a brief pass through the chakras as well to help calm the physiology, cool and calm it, starting with the heart chakra. So you don't have to do anything, just simply relax and be open to energy flow, both energy coming in and energy passing through and out. You might imagine the color green sphere in the heart region. And then go down to the base of the spine, the root chakra, first chakra, color red. Coming up to the second chakra, 2 inches below the navel. And about 2 inches into the body, approximately. But it's an energy sphere. So it's not pinpointed, it's a field. Third chakra, color yellow, right around the solar plexus. Funny that's called the solar plexus. And its color is yellow, like the sun. And if you feel like you'd like to bring attention to that area, you could always put your hand in that area. It's right below the stationary ribs, just below the sternum, where the diaphragm for the breathing is in your chest. Back to the heart. Again, these chakras, when you see the diagram of them, they look like a disc. But I've heard them more described as a sphere and a diaphragm that can expand and then flatten, just like, so it has this spherical nature as well as also a rotational capability. So there's ways the energy spins and how it expands and contracts and opens and closes, just as if we were breathing with our diaphragm in our chest. And then moving up to the throat, color blue. Just letting any tension go as you allow blue energy color to soothe that area. And oftentimes there's two different things that could happen. One, we talk a lot, or we don't talk enough, right? So we either the energy gets, it gets too hot, or it just gets stuck in there because we can't say what we want. So the balance is one of saying what you need to say, and then also not trying to say too much, right? Not to express ourselves too much. So there's a balance of that, and so that's just a natural, in Ayurvedic Indian medicine idea that we keep things in balance, and we balance all the chakras. So we'll keep going, but let all this just gently wash through your awareness. We're not trying to do anything. We're simply allowing our natural mind body system to function as it does, as it can, in a very natural way without force. Don't have to make it happen. We allow it. Going up to the brow chakra, third eye. Colors purple or violet. And then the crown, top of the head. Color could be gold. You might envision gold, or just not a bright white, but an off white. You don't want any too much stimulation up there. Just gentle, so we don't fry any circuits, so to speak. And then the higher source connection, which is 12 inches above. This is your connection to the higher source, to creativity. So we want all these energy sources, energy centers to be functional, to be flowing, so that the energy doesn't get caught anywhere or you don't overdo one or the other. That way we stay grounded in our bodies, heart, throat, so forth. Continuing. Intuition, higher source, connected. Okay, good. So from here, I was thinking and envisioning that we would think about something that you want to do or you would like to stop in your mind. So come and take a moment and find that. Find something that isn't working, because I've heard it said, if you have an affirmation, but you don't acknowledge that there is stuff to work through, then the body mind system says, this is not authentic. This is not real. I don't believe you. And so your affirmation just kind of goes, it kind of is like water off a duck's back. It doesn't stick. So you want to say, I'll give you an example. Even though I sometimes become fearful, I take action and I learn from my actions. That is that's something I'm really like. It's very broad and general, but it's really helpful for me. And if you have anything specific, you can add in, but it's the point is the way it starts, and you can we start with the karate chop, and I'm just going to go through my affirmation. You can fill in any other words that you want, and it goes like this: even though I sometimes become fearful, I take action and learn from my actions. And then moving to the inside of the eyebrow, even though I become fearful sometimes, I take action and learn from my actions. Outside of the eyebrow, even though I become fearful sometimes, I take action and learn from my actions. Under the eye, tap not hard, just lightly. Even though sometimes I become fearful, I take action and learn from my actions. Under the nose, even though I can be fearful sometimes, I take action and learn from my actions. Under the chin, under the mouth. Even though I can become fearful sometimes, I take action and learn from my actions. Collarbone, inner side. Even though sometimes I can become fearful, I take action and learn from my actions. Under the armpit, 4 inches below. Even though I can become fearful sometimes, I take action and learn from my actions. Top of the head. Even though I can become fearful sometimes, I take action and learn from my actions. Now, we're going to repeat it again without the negative side. So starting with the inner eyebrow, I take action and learn from my actions. Outside of the eye, I take action and learn from my actions. Under the eye, I take action and learn from my actions. Under the nose, I take action and learn from my actions. Under the mouth, I take action and learn from my actions. Collarbone, I take action and learn from my actions. Under the armpit, I take action and learn from my actions. Top of the head, I take action and learn from my actions. And then when I want to go through one more time, and a different affirmation, I am loving, I am a loving, caring, compassionate person. I am a loving, caring, compassionate person. Side of the eye, I am loving, I'm a loving, caring, compassionate person. Under the eye, I'm a loving, caring, compassionate person. Under the nose, I'm a loving, caring, compassionate person. Under the mouth, I'm a loving, caring, compassionate person. Collarbone, I am a loving, caring, compassionate person. Under the armpit, I'm a loving, caring, compassionate person. Top of the head, I am a loving, caring, compassionate person. And this, you can see how this can go on and on, but I noticed the last thing that I programmed in, so to speak, using this tapping, was the thing that followed me for quite some time. And so we have this opportunity to change by doing very gentle self. You can say affirmations, but if you reset your system using this technique, it seems it has worked for me, and I'm going to continue. It's a practice, so you don't just think you do it once. It's something that I am installing in my daily practice now. So it becomes part of my breath work, and then my meditation, and then I'm going to do this as I come out of my meditation. And that's, to me, is part of the key, that you do it in a very sort of that theta state zone, maybe right before you get up in the morning, if you get out of bed, before you get out of bed, or just before you're going to sort of drift off. Those can be, if you don't have a meditation practice per se, we all get out of bed at some point and we all go to sleep. So you can, if you can add that into your daily routine, all of a sudden, you might find your dreams are better or your day goes better. But notice, what is your mind thinking, right? Find those negative tapes. Use the karate chop point to say that even though I get angry sometimes, I take a moment and breathe and find the peace that I need to find. So, like that. There's a lot of different ways to use this technique, and I wanted to share it, and I think it's very valuable. So anyway, out of time. I went a little over because I got excited, and I want to let you know that I'm going to be sending out my reminder. I've talked about this before, shifting to Mondays. So I will send out the Zoom link and everything Monday during the day, and we'll meet Monday evening at 7 Central, that is, and from there. So I want to thank all of you for coming, and I'm just going to throw this in the chat. Oh, what's this? Did I miss something? Does it matter if you do it on? No, it doesn't matter if it's left or right. And you can do both. You can actually, it doesn't matter. Either one is fine. You can do both collarbones. It's hard to do the armpits both, but you can do one or the other. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that's all. What happens if you skip or forget one spot? You just do it again. You know, don't if you skip a spot, try to remember over time. You can always look it up online. It's there, right? Emotional freedom technique, it might be called, or just look, Google tapping, and you'll find a lot in the tapes and videos of it and all kinds of stuff like that. So, yeah, if you have any questions, you can always give me a call. And I want to thank everybody for coming. See you next week. Namaste, peace, and
Namaste, G.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye, Kathy.
Thank you.
Bye, Diane. And off we go.